that's the next step. That's what you do. You have a family.
Yeah.
Like, I thought I had kids at 25.
Sure. Yeah. I think I thought between 25 and 30.
Yeah.
So I'm due apparently. Do you think I have kids?
That's such a.
It is a tough question.
Because I thought, if you asked me when I was like 18, I thought I would have kids by now.
Yeah.
And now that I am this age, I would probably think that I would like to have kids one day. But I don't really see that near future, right? Like, at what age do you want to have kids and be a perfect dude? Because I don't really plan on doing this forever. So I think after I retire, and whenever that is, probably within the next decade, obviously, but I would probably just take the bag I've earned, have these fond memories, and just kind of like be a family guy.
Yeah. I always thought that I would have kids because I thought I would eventually want them.
Yeah.
And now I'm 28 and there's no want inside of me.
Yeah. I always had the idea that I could have a family, but now I don't see it.
And I just like, I like ready to. I've always said that if I was a mom, I would be like the best mom in the world, and I don't want to have to do that.
Yeah, I don't think I'm there yet.
To divorce, I talk about this all the time. My chat's tired of hearing me talk about divorce. When you are growing up in like
talk about with someone who gets it.
Yes, it is. Yes. When you grow up in at least like American like society, you're taught you go to school, you get good grades, you graduate, you go to college, you get a degree, you get a job, you get married, you buy a house, you buy a dog, you have kids, and then whatever. When you fuck one of those steps up, like you get divorced, you now realize I can astronomically fuck up the pipeline and still be happy. And so it's given me this freedom in a sense of I can do this in whatever order I want, or I can skip any of the steps and I'm still not a failure.
I had a very similar realization recently. I was talking to a friend and described it as like there was this timeline where like all my life was like kind of like it premeditated and I would have been happy enough. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I kind of took the driver's wheel and just swerved off the highway and deviated heavily, moved to LA, bleached my hair, became a different person. It felt like. And I don't recognize myself, like, the reason I kept it so long is because it's like this real mental divide for me of becoming like my own person. As weird as it sounds, but like
I have that, but with lip filler.
Yeah. Where it's I look back at kind of like the pre and post blonde because like the blonde's kind of post divorce, and even though it was like nearly a year after the divorce, I still kind of what marks it for me is like I'm starting to do things, I'm starting to learn hobbies, learn interests, skills, and all these things, becoming very own, independent, self-sustaining person. Yes, and I think it's just weird because I don't really recognize or remember a lot of stuff before that. Yeah. And in my perfect world, I kind of like to believe that's the spawn, right? Yeah. Like that's where my life started, and that's all the memories I hold dear start after that. Yeah. I jokingly am like, oh, it's me with lip filler, but it's kind of the same because if I see pictures of me before, it's simultaneously at a different part of my life, you know? And so when you look at pictures and you're somebody that's changed your hair or changed other things about yourself, you kind of use those as markers of like different parts of your life. Yeah. And so you kind of like have an emotional reaction to that. So it's like when I see pictures of me without lip filler, it's not like I'm like, ew, but it reflects a part of my life when I was like not really having a good time. Yeah. And so every picture after that is like this is me when I was like on the up and up, things were getting better, like things were changing. What about retirement? What about?
Because we can wrap up with you telling us what's next.
I I think I'm definitely on the other side of the hill, right? Like, I'm past the halfway point. And I think that's kind of been a big realization. So, like, coming up on content, it's just like, do you think you will do another 2 years? And my reaction is probably not. I don't know when it's going to be, but I am always a person who likes endings as much as beginnings, and I wouldn't want to go out with the winter. I think I would like to find a place where I just come to this natural conclusion, and I'm like, I have done everything I want to do. And I think I am slowly creeping up on that, and once I come to that, I would probably just not upload the sad farewell, but just upload this nice inclusive video where it kind of concludes this acquired wealth through the channel I'm pretty good at just waking up one morning and just I don't know when, but I'm prepared to experience that. And a lot of people, I think in content always like we have to make as much money as humanly possible and then retire. But if I retired tomorrow with no notice, I have enough money to figure it out in time. Like, it's not the most complicated thing. I feel like, you know, if you had like $50,000 and said, go figure it out, asshole, like, you could. And content creators, any given content creator at that echelon has way more than that. Way more than any human needs to live comfortably. So it's just like, and just live a nice, quiet, peaceful life. Yes, but I haven't paid. So I want to have fun. Dude, that's, I've been streaming a lot.
It's great. He lives here.
I want to have like a cannot have one stick in the morning. So I've made it this thing that my chat knows where one day I'm not going to post this sad goodbye, see you next time, because I don't want to like take it back. I don't want to like unretire like a lot of creators do. I want the goodbye to mean goodbye.
Yeah.
And the post-California world will be marked by me just posting it in socials. This is my pet right here.
I'm out.
Whenever people see that picture of the raccoon, they're gonna know.
They'll know.
That's the end.
They'll know. Just post like
That's
the tail, the raccoon tail.
I don't want to have
Goodbye.
this big, heartfelt statement about leaving. I just want to end with a good taste in the mouth of people and show off this raccoon.
I imagine you just like move out to a cabin in the woods and with your raccoon.
Yeah, I'd love to. I want to just work a normal job.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you've been doing this for 10 years. That like, there's a lot of things that are like normal things that are just kind of like, I want to do that thing.
Yeah, because I mean, my whole life, I either wanted to be like, I want to be a teacher or a doctor. I didn't know which is like way two different pay grades.
It sucks that you have to have a degree to teach stuff like that, because I feel like if any, like you could be a, like, I feel like if they don't already, having a class in high school, do you do high school or like college?
I'd probably do high school. I mean, just kind of like live the dead poet society kind
like,
of thing.
they should have a class in high school that's for like content creation, because let's be honest,
Yeah.
it's so integrated in our society that they should just at least be teaching kids like what it is and how to navigate it and how to know when it's fake.
Yeah.
And like doing that kind of shit, I feel like would be fun, and they'd probably be interested in it.
I think that, or it's like, I'd like to teach like a film course, chemistry course.
I can't ever shout him out because it would just dox me, but I had a film teacher when I was in high school, which is how I got into this.
Same.
Him and Ben Marbles is the reason why I got into it. Basically what we did is we would do the morning announcements. We had a room, like 10 screen rooms, and it was hooked up to all the TVs in all the classrooms, and every morning on, and then we each take turns in the class making a little short film to play before the morning announcements and after. And they could be about anything. They just were little short films. And he was the ultimate Like, he was all about, we're not going to do things by the books, we're not going to do things the way that the school system wants us to do it. I'm going to do what perpetuates your creativity. And so me and I had a friend in that class named Tom, and we used to fuck off the entire class period every day making little short films. And it really seems like something that would just be, to most people's parents, a shit class where, like, we weren't doing anything productive. That is the reason why I do this, because I was like, I don't think I'll love anything as much as I love making these dumb little videos. And I didn't do it for a couple years after high school, but I just, when you find something you love that much, you gravitate back to it.
My teacher in high school, it was weird. It was kind of the opposite of yours, where he was super by the books, but if I did the by the books, he was down for me to do whatever I wanted. And he, like, this dude wrote me, like, recommendations for colleges and everything like that. Like, straight up told me that I was the most driven student he's, like, ever had in, like, 20 years of teaching, because in his class, we ran, like, a 30-minute, like, cable TV show, and every week we just had to put out 30 minutes worth of content divided up between the whole class. And if you, like, did line producer for it, you edited on it, or if you did, like, the piece or package, you even had, like, posts, like, your morning announcements, like, any of that would get you a credit for the semester, and you got an A by getting a total of 18 credits per semester. And so it was pretty tame, it was pretty easy A, but just because I love doing shit in film, I think I ended the semester with like 160 credits, because I was just doing so much shit. And I think the second place was like 40.
Whoa.
Where I just love doing film and shit, and that was really my start, and I got passionate, I did all that shit. And I came back and visited him like a year after, and he showed me the stuff, and the quality dropped drastically across the whole show, and he was like, yeah, it's noticeable.
I would love to go talk to that teacher and, like, find him, or, like, maybe just send him an email and be like, hey, dude, I just want to let you know that, like, I get to do this for a living, and because you made me okay with being creative.
Yeah.
Like the things that it is invaluable when somebody convinces you that something you love to do is not silly.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things that people love to do that they feel like are silly, and I think there is no limit of what you can achieve with something if you love it.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe that.
I don't know. That's kind of what it seems like to me. Like this, I mean, all of us in this, and for you even more. Like, props to people that have been doing YouTube as long as you have, because when you got into it, there wasn't any promise. Where, like, I can see the proof, and I can see the strats, and I can see the analytics of how to make YouTube work and how it does work.
Very recent.
Yeah. Yeah, there's people like you that got into it when you did, and it's like you just did it because you liked it, and it wasn't like, oh, like I know these YouTubers and I know like what can happen and I know the analytics of it. And it's just like I just want to make a video.
Yeah, I think even back then the people at the top didn't even really know what worked.
No, everybody was just doing it for fun. Now it's, you know, it kind of sucks. I mean, you get questions now. It's like there is, yeah, and people know what you can get out of it.
As well, like
You have to be though.
you have to be. I like it more honestly because I think the complaint, the longer you do YouTube for, the more people are gonna say you've changed.
Yeah.
Because yes, I am a different person at 27 than I was at 18. I agree with you.
Yeah.
And also, like, I think as a creator, your walls with privacy builds like every single day.
Yeah.
And so back then, you know, I was just going on stream, telling very personal stories, stuff like that, and that was just normal, and it made me like relatable, right? And then you get to a point where you're like, I'm not comfortable talking about my turning point was really like this.
Yeah.
Because I was like, my life sucks. I do not want to talk about my life right now.
Yeah.
So I kind of pulled my person out of the equation entirely, kind of just leaned into its caricature super hard. And I'm happy with that. It's healthy to have like a disconnect where it's like, really into
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
She's like, I have to have Pokemon because if somebody says shit about Pokemon, that's Pokemon.
Yeah.
And if they say shit about mom, that's not, they don't know me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they don't know Jacob, so if they say shit about you,
It
okay,
feels
great.
nice if people try to like do this hyper analysis on like my psyche or whatever, and I'm just like, you're fucking analyzing like radio waves,
Yeah,
right? It's
yeah.
just that is not Kelsey Grammer.
Sure.
It is a different person. It's a fictitious person.
Yeah.
Really, of course, there's some meaning in the person, the Alpharat, but that's any writer,
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
So I like having that disconnect. I like being a different person, and I like not being as personal with things. And I like doing these big videos where I'm more like focusing it directly through an idea, and just kind of being a little silly along the way.
I like lean. It's funny because I think, and I don't really know why. I think of all the creators that I know of, I think that I put a lot of my personal life and stuff out there. But it does something for me in a good way, and I think it's just because like I know me, and if I harbor things inside, they just kind of like fester. And so one thing I really enjoy doing is just kind of like creating almost like a reality TV show out of my life, and just like bringing it to chat every day and being like, I got my car stolen today, somebody lived in my car for 2 months.
Oh, I mean, I talk about that.
Yeah, it's like, that's a shitty thing that happened, but like, I kind of created this environment where like, I just bring to the table and share all of the stuff that's happening, and then people take the piss out of it, and then I realize like life is just so, it is, like there are so many things that seem terrible and bad, but if you just step back and you're just like, that's just, you know.
I think the difference might be, I just felt like, maybe I should have talked to you about it, but like, I've just had like a lot of hate threats,
Well, my audience isn't as big, so
fair.
it's a privilege that
Yeah.
I have, is I actually do kind of fall in that middle ground of like, I have enough people that give a shit, but I don't have so many. I have to say like, I'm big enough for people to give a shit about what I'm doing, so I'm not presenting late.
That's a really nice place.
It is a nice middle ground to be, obviously.
Huh? How'd you do that? Which one was it? Well, like, what happened? Was there like a certain skin or something? Was it a Fortnite video? I've made like almost 50, so it's hard to know which one it was, but there should be, it depends on what you're watching on. If you're watching on the TV, I might be able to show you at some point. I'm in the middle of a match right now, so if you want, you can see what might be the next video. I'm pretty close to winning. It takes a couple hours to upload, but
You know, everybody wants to
There's
like
tons
grow,
of
but
lucrative positives that come from my
Yes.
side. I can't deny it.
sure.
But I could not be more sincere in this. Where if I could just upload videos, have people enjoy them, and make like a